Hey, John Diefenbaker, 13th Prime Minister of Canada, lawyer, and apparently master pipe layer. Because the man over my left shoulder is George John Dryden, who sadly passed away at age 47, but he spent the last few years of his life trying to prove that he was, in fact, the love child, for lack of better terminology, between his mother and, of course, the Dief over my right shoulder. Don't get confused now, right? So basically, growing up in Toronto, right, he lived a life of privilege, right? So his life was quite well-to-do, a font, right? But a cousin told him later on that there was a family rumor that his mom had an affair with Johnny B, and the result of that affair was his pregnancy. It was early on in their parents' marriage, but I'll get to that in a second. So it always kind of stuck with him and wondered that. And then there is a, shall we say, a passing resemblance between the two, right? So basically this. Dryden's mom was a staunch conservative and a known confidant of John Diefenbaker. He admitted that she had probably seen Diefenbaker around late 1967 or early 1968, which would have been the time that he was conceived. Now, allegedly, of course. A few months later, she married her husband. Or after marrying her husband, pardon me. Diefenbaker was in his early 70s, as I said. Dryden's mother was in her mid-30s. And she wanted to put his middle name as John. And she likes him wrinkly. Right? So, when he wanted to prove it, Diefenbaker's relatives refused to cooperate with any of the requests, right? Couldn't get a sample to obtain them to prove that there's some sort of bond la familia, I think as they call it, right? But eventually he was able to get a private detective to get a sample from a Q-tip with earwax on it taken through their trash. So this is clearly a man who wanted to know, am I Diefenbaby, right? There's enough of a match off that earwax-soaked Q-tip to prove that they had a family bond, right? So it also showed that he had relatives in Saskatchewan, 3 brothers to whom there is no connection to, right? And this isn't about them, but independently of Dryden's discovery, the brothers learned that their father was the son of Diefenbaker's housekeeper in the late 1930s. Her daughters sharing that their father was a product of another dalliance between Diefenbaker and the housekeeper. The blood test showed that Dryden and the brothers had a uncle-nephew relationship. Now, I'm not Columbo. This is all allegedly. But which one is Diefenbaker again?